Statistics Canada says our economy held steady in October, and new numbers show GDP remain unchanged for the third straight month. StatsCan reports service-producing industries edged 0.1% higher in October. The manufacturing sector fell 0.6%. Retail trade, though, was up 1.2% that month. The Finance Minister has approved RBC's takeover for HSBC Canada. Deal is worth $13.5 billion, and Canada's six largest banks now control around 95% of the country's banking assets. Let's go to Anis Hadari in Calgary. Before we get to this, Anis, I love it.
It's Christmas, right?
It is Christmas. You know what? I love this kind of final day before we head into the holidays for everybody. Okay, but Oilers, come on.
I feel like specifically in Calgary, this is a very ugly Christmas sweater, but I stand behind my choices.
Okay, I'll stand behind you on this too, Anis. So thank you for the holiday cheer. We always appreciate that. So let's talk about this banking merger.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's $13.5 billion worth of merger happening here. HSBC has been in Canada for a lot of years, but it only has a market share of about 2% according to the company. So when you mentioned that the big banks will control 95%, really before this merger happened, they controlled 93%. It's because of that the Competition Bureau gave this deal the A-OK back in September. But it also pointed out that in a lot of cases, HSBC had made waves in the mortgage market by offering lower rates, and that maybe had the other banks trying to compete with them. That might go away when they are absorbed by one of the big ones. Politicians argued that point as well. We had opposition folks saying this merger should have been blocked to keep more competition. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland pushed back when she approved it. She was saying, HSBC was going to leave Canada anyway, and the bank expects this deal will be all closed up and done in the first 3 months of next year, Hannah.
Well, Anis, what are the conditions that the banks have to adhere to?
So Royal Bank has quite a few conditions. RBC says it's agreed to provide $7 billion for affordable housing and financing. It has to keep a minimum of 33 HSBC branches open to keep providing banking services for at least 4 years. The employees of HSBC have some protections too. If you think of frontline staff, like people at branches, they have to have 2 years of work guaranteed, and none of the total 4,000 employees of HSBC can be fired within 6 months of when this deal closes, although the CEO of RBC hasn't committed to keeping any of those jobs past the guaranteed timeline. As for the federal government, they're looking at strengthening competition in the financial sector. They say, they're launching a study into that, looking at whether mergers between big banks should be banned, period. But this one is going through regardless by the next few months of next year, Hannah.
Okay, Anis, thank you. Happy holiday to you, and thank you for your lovely sweater.
Happy holidays, Hannah. You're welcome.